Have you ever heard someone with depression say the world looks gray, or feels like it's moving in slow motion? It turns out, these descriptions might be more than just feelings. They could be rooted in actual changes in the brain. A groundbreaking new study published in the Journal of Affective Disorders has found that depression doesn't just affect mood, energy, or motivation. It actually slows down the way the brain processes visual information. Researchers at the University of Ottawa used functional MRI scans to analyze the brain activity of people with major depressive disorder. They focused on the visual cortex, the area at the back of the brain responsible for processing everything we see. What they discovered was striking. The neural activity in this region was abnormally slow and less variable compared to healthy individuals. In other words, the depressed brain doesn't just feel slower, it actually is slower at the level of neural processing. The researchers measured the speed of brain activity using something called median frequency. They found that in depressed individuals, this measure was significantly lower, meaning their brains were dominated by slower neural rhythms. And it gets even more interesting. The degree of this slowdown was directly linked to how severe a person's depressive symptoms were. The more sluggish the visual cortex, the more pronounced their depression. But that wasn't all. The study also revealed that in depression, the visual cortex becomes more strongly connected to other brain regions involved in emotions and memory, such as the hippocampus and prefrontal cortex. This suggests that when you're depressed, your brain may not be treating vision as a purely sensory experience anymore. It's mixing it more deeply with emotion and self-reflection, potentially reinforcing negative thought patterns. So why does this matter? It could explain why depression changes the way people experience reality. If the visual cortex is slowed down and less in sync with the rest of the brain, it might make the world feel less dynamic, less vivid, and even contribute to the sense that nothing is changing, one of the core experiences of major depression. These findings also raise new possibilities for treatment. We already know that stimulating the occipital cortex with transcranial magnetic stimulation, TMS, can have antidepressant effects. But now, we have an even better understanding of why that might work, because it could help restore the brain's natural rhythm and speed. Depression isn't just a feeling. It's a fundamental shift in how the brain processes the world. But the more we understand these changes, the closer we get to developing better, more effective treatments. If you found this insight fascinating, consider sharing it with someone who might benefit from understanding how depression changes the brain. Thanks for watching, and stay curious.